All right, guys, welcome back to Horse Force, day 8. And so we're well into this now. Day 8 is, of course, when we can all start to begin building factories, which factories still help us to build horses faster. And I'm thinking that if you get to a level 4 factory, you can build horses in 6 hours. So it's ridiculous. You can just churn them out, just churn out the horses. So that's the goal, of course, moving forward. Now, a lot of interesting things happening in the Horse Force universe. Uh, one of the things I'm really happy about is that I was able to secure this double wheat down here and racing down. And Spain was trying for it too. And I love you, Spain. I love you. Olaf Mietler, I love you, bro. But I needed that goddamn double wheat. So I'm glad I got there. And now what I'm doing is I'm attacking in to, it's a pretty bad attack, actually. There was a fort here. I don't think there is anymore. But just attacking with, no, there was not a fort. There was not a fort. But just attacking with superior numbers with the car that has 2 hit points, that helps as well. Just trying to wear them down. I really just want to get rid of Greece. There's one more Greece over here. And what happened over here? Okay, I did take this Grecian territory over here as well. I didn't really care whether it was me or Austria that took it, but I just need to get rid of him, because as everybody knows, that's how you get rid of that -5 penalty for being at war, is to just erase them. So things are going well in my own corner of the woods here. Looking pretty good. I'm pretty much in the blue across the top here, and that allows me to build lots and lots of horses. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Why are you not building a horse? God damn it. But anyway, this guy should be building a horse. Okay, I've got to come back in here and I've got to do some horse trading. I've got to move around some resources and sell some stuff, whatnot. So got some work to do. But anyway, it's fun. Most of us now who are playing strong games have 4 or 5 horses. Right now I've got 9, so that's good. I'm doing pretty well so far. I'm pretty happy about how things are going. But look at this. It's all blue. All around me is all blue. So it's going to be time soon to start thinking about what happens next, right? What's going to happen next? And you can see, yeah, some of us are moving. What? 10 horses. All right, Scotland. Yeah, so that's what I'm talking about. We should be moving into the, 5 to 10 horse region about now. And then once we get those factories going, oh my God, it's going to be great. So looking down into Africa, it's looking pretty good, looking pretty blue. I'm using the Allied sort of map here to determine who is who. Now, we'll talk about this again. Right now, Batterick up here, Horserik, is doing great, and looks like some other allies are doing really good in Asia here. And somebody reached out to me in YouTube and said, "Hey, you should take some time and look at the newspaper and do some more detailed casting about what's going on in Asia." And look, man, I get it. You can glean certain facts from the newspaper, but it would be way better if you would just reach out to me on Discord and just say, "Hey, here's what's going on in my corner of the world. I just got through taking this province and I was worried about this, but then this happened." So hook me up, bro. Like if you want me to talk about your part of the world, I will happily do it. And it would really help me if you would reach out to me and talk to me about what's going on in your corner of the world. Again, you can do that, right? Like, I am very accessible. You can reach out to me and talk to me about what's going on in your region, and I will very happily share that with the rest of the community. So would love to talk more about what's going on in your corner of the world. All you got to do is just reach out and talk to me, and I will share it. So, speaking of which, Benaya, by virtue of his channel, I know what's going on with him. So he is playing a whole new game. He really is. He's playing a whole new game with the spies, and now he's hiring the spies out to regional Horse Force people, and it's like I've never seen anything like it. Initially, he was going to be spying and conquering for himself, and now he's hiring his spies out, and he's got a great sort of business plan, so to speak, because you can hire his spies for cheaper than it would cost you to actually build the spies, right? And he'll charge you, but he'll charge you less than it would cost you to build the spies. So I'm just watching this whole thing just in fascination. Like, what's going to happen? And some of the things he's charging either silver or conquest wheat tiles, which is brilliant because the wheat tiles are what he's using to fund his spies in the first place. So I'm loving it. I'm trying to include as many of his videos in this playlist as possible so that you can go back and forth and see what he's doing, because it's fucking brilliant. I'm loving it. I know that Horse Rick and Chinese Cat are employing his services right now. So I am loving it. Now, I will say this, Chinese Cat, why are you in a coalition, Chinese Cat? We have said no coalitions. Now, Chinese Cat, if you're joining a coalition to fuck around with people who are not in Horse Force, I can kind of see that. I can kind of be okay with that. But we made it pretty clear initially that we were not going to be joining any coalitions. So really, I'd appreciate it if you'd reach out to me and just talk to me about that, because I can understand some circumstances where you might join a coalition just to fuck around with some people or just to keep them at bay. And so that's okay. But if you would please, Chinese Cat, reach out to me on Discord, DM me, and let me know what's going on here, because we have said no coalitions, and this is a coalition, by the way, a coalition that has reached out to me to join them. So I know. But we'll see what happens. Now, one of the things I'm fascinated about here is the New World. We have just 2 people in the New World that are part of our group, and everyone else is just in the wild, I guess. And so that might be our biggest challenge, because look at this, South America, we don't have anybody here except for a small force here from San Salvador, who apparently is part of the Horse Force. But I mean, this is what scares me is, once we get to day, 12, 13, 14, where cannon starts showing up, and then heaven help us, tanks start showing up, that's when our horses are going to become a little bit, antiquated. It's going to be a little bit difficult. Now, we will have a lot of horses. Don't worry about that. We'll have tons of horses we can throw at them. But I worry about entire continents that can develop on their own. So we'll see what happens. Benaya's last video, he mentioned that look, we're not really trying to win this game. All right. Just to be clear, we're not trying to win this game. This game is fun. We're here for fun. We're here to enjoy ourselves. We're here to just fuck around and have a good time. Just see what happens. What could happen if we built only horses and we just swarmed the entire map with horses? So that's the whole thing here. We might win. We might not win. We've talked about what are we going to do if we take over the map? What are we going to do with a bunch of us who now there's 40 countries that have horses, and how do we resolve this? How do we, so we've talked about what the end game might look like if we're winning, and we talked about what the end game might look like if we're losing. If we're losing, that's pretty simple. We'll just lose, we'll just die. So I don't know. I'm having fun, and I really love it that I feel like you guys are too. And we've had some stressful games. I'll be honest with you, the Nerf Surf and Turf game ended up being stressful, but only in a fun way, right? Like, but really like a lot of intense concentration and planning, and all of that's great. Don't get me wrong. Like that's, I love the planning. I love the concentration. And that's part of the whole thing of the NST game was supposed to be. You have to coordinate because if each person is only building one kind of unit, you've got to coordinate or you can't really effectively, attack or even, manage your empire. But this game was more meant to be just dumb fun. So I hope you can enjoy it in that sense of just like, let's fuck around and have fun. So when I get off here, I'm going to go ahead and go forward, and I've got to build some horses in a couple of these territories that are ready for horses. Yeah, here and here. And also maybe try to build some factories because, of course, that speeds up your horse production. So we're all about the goddamn horses, people. We just want the goddamn horses. That's all we care about. I was thinking about that. I was like, what does it mean that you're building a horse, right? So we'll just look here right now. In 13 hours and 41, I will build a cavalry unit. What does that mean? Well, it means a lot of things, doesn't it? It means that you're going to have, a cavalry unit, it's not one horse, right? It's, I don't know, 100 horses. Who knows how many are in a unit? I feel like we know that an infantry unit is 1,000, but I'm not sure that a cavalry unit is 1,000, right? As you get more specialized and complex. So for instance, a tank, I don't think that's 1,000 tanks, right? It might be 100 tanks. I don't know. But what does it mean that we're developing this cavalry unit? It means that we're training people, right? We're training people with horses and young horses, right? New horses that have just been born, foals, as it were, right? And so we're training them up. But why? Why, when we have a bigger factory, are we able to train horses faster? It doesn't make any sense. Like, think about what it means to make a cavalry unit, right? You're trampling around. You're riding around on your horses and you're training with the horses, right? And it's very important that you have a lot of time riding those horses around, I guess, and I don't know, are you shooting guns from the horses' backs, or I don't know, are you riding in formation? Are you learning different commands with your horses? I don't know. Whatever it is, it takes a while to train up cavalry, right? But suddenly, if you have a bigger factory, for some reason, all of a sudden, like, oh, now we can have horses faster. I don't care. I love it. Let's do it. Let's go ahead and build up these as soon as we can. Build up factories. Well, I can do it right now. Build up that factory, and that will make us build faster horses. So do it. Don't think about why. Don't think about, okay, I've got to buy some stuff. But here we go. I'm loving it. And I do really appreciate Benaiah for introducing a very interesting wrinkle here. And he's even talked about, what if we had a whole game where we were all spy masters? What would that look like? And I don't know, but I'm here for it. That sounds like a lot of fun. I will say that we are coming, Benaiah and I will be meeting face to face for the first time in February, in Neosho, Missouri, because there's going to be an arts fest there, like an sort of it's going to be kind of a like a com, right? Like an art com sort of thing, or con, like a convention. And I think it's going to be a lot of different things. There might be anime, there might be video games, there might be, with the whole con circuit, you're never really sure what's going on. I'm going to be there. I bought a table for Universe, and I'm going to be there. I'll have t-shirts for sale. That's about it. It's like, come on, man. I have a tiny little YouTube channel with 600 people in it. It's not, but really the main thing was I'm looking forward to meeting Benaiah, who's a great guy and, basically a genius as far as I'm concerned. And you know, uh, another lover of the game, you know, someone who recognizes the complexity and fun that this game represents. So, if you are in uh, Middle America, if you're anywhere near the central United States uh, in February, let me know because we're going to be there. We're going to be there, and I'm going to be selling shirts, Universe shirts, which sounds really dumb, but I've got them. I bought them. I've got them. So I'm going to start wearing them. Uh, Universe shirts. It has the logo of the three sort of galactic backgrounds with the with that sort of star thing in the front. So, um, by the way, if you want one of those shirts, let me know. Um, I'll sell it to you at what it costs me plus shipping, and you can have it. So let me know if you're interested in that too. But also, if you're going to be around in central U.S., anywhere near Missouri, Arkansas sort of region in February, let me know and come on down to the Neosho ArtsCon uh, Fest Festival Convention or whatever. It'll be fun. So, all right, that's it. I got to go. Enough of this. Thanks for joining, guys. I'm glad you're here. Honestly, as always, adios, amigos.